The sea is silent tonight. Only the whisper of waves and the sigh of distant stars remain. A figure stands upon the shore, where water meets shadow. The air shimmers like a dream half remembered. You have come far, though you do not know how. Your footsteps vanish as if time itself erases them. Then, from the horizon, a faint light flickers. It is not the moon, nor a star. It is something older. A voice drifts through the dark, smooth as tide and soft as wind. "Do you seek rest or revelation?" it asks. The figure steps closer, cloaked in dusk, eyes glinting like starlight reflected on deep waters. "Morpheus," the voice continues, "the keeper of dreams, calls you to voyage." The sea stirs, glowing faintly beneath unseen constellations. The air hums with quiet invitation. Before you, a boat of moonlight waits, silent, patient, alive. The night itself seems to breathe. To step inside is to surrender the waking world, to drift into the unknown, and so, you do. The tide pulls gently, and the journey begins. The night sea opens its endless heart. The dream begins in silence. A silver shore stretches beneath a sky of scattered stars. The air feels soft, almost alive, as though the night itself breathes around you. You stand barefoot on sand that glows faintly, each grain pulsing like a heartbeat. The horizon bends in strange ways, folding light into shadow, shadow into light. You are not afraid, only aware. Something vast watches gently from beyond the veil. The waves whisper names you cannot remember, promises half forgotten by waking minds. Then, from the mist, a figure appears, tall, still, and shaped from the essence of twilight. He does not walk. He drifts, as though the world yields softly beneath his feet. When he speaks, his voice is calm, deep, and echoing from everywhere at once. "Do you know where you are?" he asks, and though you try, no words come. He smiles, not with lips, but with the faint shimmer of the stars behind him. "You are between worlds," he says, "the threshold where sleep becomes eternity." A faint wind stirs the sea. The stars ripple, reflected in waters that have no depth. The figure moves closer. The scent of rain and old dreams follows him. "Morpheus," he says simply, as if naming himself is enough to shape the air around you. The dream has called, and you have answered. Few listen when the night whispers. He gestures toward the horizon, where a pale light glows like dawn beneath the ocean. "There lies the beginning," he says. "The voyage awaits, if your heart dares to follow." You look down and see a faint trail of light rising from your chest, reaching toward him. It flickers gently, tethering you to the dream, to the moment, to him. Morpheus extends his hand. His fingers shimmer with threads of forgotten constellations. "To cross the night sea," he says, "is not to escape, but to remember." His eyes hold galaxies, infinite, serene, patient. You take his hand. The touch feels like starlight melting into water, cool and eternal. The sand beneath you shifts, becoming translucent, revealing the sea's glowing heart. Around you, the sound of waves deepens, transforming into a rhythm older than time. Morpheus leads you forward. The sea rises, not in waves but in silence, like breathing. Each step dissolves the shore. Each breath draws you deeper into the dream. You feel the world fade, its noise, its weight, its edges. Only the hum of the cosmos remains, soft and unending. Above, the stars rearrange themselves, forming a path across the sky. You realize they mirror the same trail of light beneath your feet. The sea opens, waiting, endless, and kind. Morpheus turns once more. "When you are ready," he says, "the journey will begin." You close your eyes. The night bends closer, wrapping you in its quiet arms. And as the world of waking drifts away, you hear his final whisper. "Welcome to the night sea." The moon hangs low, silver and silent, casting a road of light across the dark water. You and Morpheus stand at the edge, where the sea hums softly, alive with unseen movement. The air is heavy with dreams, every breath filled with the scent of salt and forgotten skies. Before you, a vessel drifts into view, made of pure moonlight, curved and glimmering like glass. It has no oars, no sails, yet it moves as though the sea itself guides it. "This is the boat of moonlight," Morpheus says. "It carries only those who surrender." His words linger, deep and steady, like a promise. The waves answer in rhythm, whispering assent. You hesitate. The shore behind you already feels distant, unreal, fading like memory. Morpheus watches, patient as the tide. "Dreams demand trust," he says. "Step forward." You place your foot upon the boat. It does not sink. Instead, it glows brighter beneath your weight. The surface feels warm, alive, as though the light itself holds you. You step fully in. Morpheus joins you, silent. The vessel turns toward the horizon without command or wind. The sea stretches endlessly, black and glimmering, a mirror to the sky. Each star above has a twin below, trembling softly upon the rippling surface. The sound of the shore fades. Only the hush of the ocean and your heartbeat remain. Morpheus lifts his gaze. "The night sea listens," he says. "It knows every thought unspoken." You look into the depths and see faint shapes drifting. Memories, faces, moments long past. They move like clouds underwater, shimmering, fading before you can reach them. "Do not chase them," Morpheus murmurs. Dreams flow backward and forward at once. The boat glides on, light against darkness, silence against time. Somewhere far off, a whale song rises, low and beautiful, echoing across the vast expanse. It feels like sorrow and wonder intertwined. You listen, and the sea listens with you. Morpheus turns to you, his expression unreadable. "Do you understand why you came?" You shake your head. The truth hovers just beyond language. "To sail the night sea," he continues, "is to face what hides beneath peace." He raises a hand. The water parts slightly, revealing light flowing beneath like liquid stars. Beneath calm lies memory. Beneath memory, meaning. His eyes gleam faintly in the dark. The boat rocks gently, as if in agreement. You close your eyes, breathing in the stillness. Every inhale feels like starlight entering your lungs. Every exhale drifts into infinity. You begin to feel weightless, untethered from name or form. The sea grows quieter, the stars sharper, as though time itself has paused to listen. Morpheus speaks again, softer now. "There are no storms here, only reflections." The boat drifts past a ripple of gold, a vision of your waking self, asleep and unknowing. "You see," he whispers, "the dreamer and the dream are one." The light fades, leaving only the rhythm of the water and his calm presence beside you. You realize the voyage has begun not upon the sea, but within your own depths. And so, the boat of moonlight sails onward, carrying your soul through the endless night. The sea shifts beneath the boat of moonlight, calm yet alive with hidden motion. You drift through an ocean of stars, where light breathes like wind through water. Morpheus stands at the bow, silent, eyes fixed upon the horizon of dream and memory. Ahead, the darkness stirs, and faint shapes begin to glow, small islands floating on the tide. Each one radiates a soft hue, colors unseen by the waking world. As you near, you realize these islands are made of mist and remembrance. "Morpheus," you whisper. "What are they?" He answers quietly. "These are the islands of memory, fragments of souls adrift in dream." The first island drifts close, wrapped in silver fog. You step onto it, the ground soft beneath your feet, warm like the touch of thought. Before you, scenes shimmer. A child running beneath lanterns, laughter echoing across time. You recognize the face, your own, long ago. The laughter fades into the rhythm of waves. The image dissolves like smoke. Morpheus's voice follows gently. "Dreams remember what the heart forgets." You walk farther. Each step brings new visions, faces, moments, joys once lived and lost. On another island, Two figures hold hands beneath falling snow. You feel the warmth, the ache, the memory of love untouched by years. The sea carries all, Morpheus says. No memory truly sinks, it only drifts, waiting. You kneel beside a pool of still water. Within it, you see your reflection. Older, wiser, uncertain. The surface ripples, showing flashes of life unlived, roads not taken, words unspoken. Are these mine? You ask. They belong to all who dream, he replies. The night sea gathers what the waking mind leaves behind. The air hums with soft melodies, voices from forgotten dreams, calling and fading. You feel both comfort and sorrow, as if touching eternity and loss at once. The islands drift slowly past, glowing like lanterns upon the current. Each one a story, a fragment, a whisper of what was and might have been. You watch them fade into the distance, their light dimming into the horizon. Morpheus steps beside you. The dreamer is a collector of fragments, he says. To know oneself is to sail among them without clinging to any shore. The boat moves again, the islands dissolving behind into the silver mist. The sea deepens, the stars above growing brighter, closer, alive. You realize the memories are not gone. They have become part of the water, the air, you. Morpheus looks at you, eyes filled with calm knowing. Nothing is ever lost, he whispers. The words linger like a heartbeat within the silence. As you drift onward, you feel lighter, as though each memory released has made you whole. The islands of memory fade into the horizon, their glow swallowed by the endless dark. And in their place, only the hum of the night sea remains, steady, eternal, and kind. The boat of moonlight drifts onward, the sea now calm as glass beneath the infinite sky. You gaze into the dark surface and see stars reflected, trembling like thoughts unspoken. The water no longer feels like water. It is a mirror, vast and alive, stretching beyond all sense. Morpheus stands beside you, quiet, his reflection moving slower than his body. The mirror current, he says softly. Here, truth and illusion share the same face. You kneel to look closer, and your reflection stares back. But it is not quite you. Its eyes hold different memories, different fears, shadows you cannot name. A faint wind passes, rippling the surface, and the reflection shifts again. You see anger, sorrow, joy, flashes of emotion you thought forgotten. Morpheus's voice follows the wind. Dreams do not lie. They reveal what the waking mind hides. The reflection reaches out, mirroring your hand, almost touching. But the surface trembles, and the image fragments into rippling shards of light. Each shard becomes a moment, a tear shed, a word unsaid, a hope abandoned. They swirl together, forming a spiral of color that pulls you toward its center. You feel yourself falling, not downward, but inward, into the sea of your own truth. Morpheus calls, his voice steady as the tide. Do not flee from what you see. The pull weakens. You breathe, steadying your heart, and open your eyes again. The reflection reforms, calmer now, its eyes mirroring acceptance instead of fear. You realize it was never your enemy, only the part of you waiting to be seen. Morpheus steps closer. To face the mirror is to find balance, he says. You rise, the sea still glowing faintly beneath your feet. The reflection smiles, a small, knowing smile, and fades into the depths. Above, the stars flicker, as if the sky itself acknowledges your quiet courage. The night sea reflects the dreamer, Morpheus continues, and the dreamer reshapes the sea. You glance down once more, and now the water holds a new image. Not the past, not the pain, but a light, gentle and warm, pulsing from within. The current stirs, carrying fragments of light outward like petals on a silent wind. Each one drifts away, joining the vast expanse, memories released, not forgotten. Morpheus watches them scatter and says, "Every truth faced becomes a star." You look up. The sky glows brighter, alive with countless new constellations. The reflections above and below merge until you cannot tell which is real. Perhaps both are. Perhaps neither. The dream does not answer, only hums in harmony. You feel lighter, freer, as though a veil has lifted from your soul. The boat begins to move again, gliding through the luminous calm. Morpheus turns to you, eyes deep as the horizon. "The sea accepts you now," he whispers. You nod, silent. The mirror current fades into stillness, leaving only peace. Behind you, the reflections dissolve into starlight. Ahead, new mysteries wait upon the tide. The sea darkens once more, but it is not the darkness of fear. It is depth, endless and calm. The boat of moonlight glides silently, its glow faint against the vastness around you. Morpheus stands still, his gaze fixed downward into the deep, where faint lights flicker. You lean over the edge. Beneath the surface, a world glimmers in secret radiance. Towers of light rise from the ocean floor, shaped like thoughts turned to stone. "The city beneath the waves," Morpheus says, "where forgotten dreams dwell." You watch as silver bridges connect the towers, pulsing like veins of memory. Soft murmurs echo from below, 1,000 voices whispering in forgotten tongues. They are not sad, only waiting, quiet, patient, eternal. "What are they saying?" you ask. Morpheus closes his eyes. They speak the language of what could have been. You listen closer. The whispers form faint melodies, like lullabies from another life. Each sound carries longing, hope, and peace interwoven. Images rise within your mind, paths not taken, dreams once imagined and left behind. A painter's unfinished canvas, a song never sung, a letter never sent. They remain here, Morpheus continues, not as ghosts, but as possibilities. The lights below flicker, responding to his voice, as though they recognize him. "They wait for courage," he says, "for a dreamer bold enough to remember." You feel a strange ache, both gentle and immense. "What happens if no one remembers?" you whisper. Morpheus turns to you, his expression unreadable. "Then the sea remembers for them." A current passes beneath the boat, carrying faint glows like drifting lanterns. Each light seems to hold a heartbeat, a memory, a pulse of human soul. You reach out, and one drifts close. A small orb glowing soft gold. Inside it, you see an image. Yourself, standing before a door you never opened. The orb trembles, then dissolves into your palm, leaving warmth and quiet understanding. Morpheus nods. Some dreams return to their dreamers. The rest become stars beneath the sea. The city shimmers brighter, vast and alive beneath the waves. It feels less like a ruin and more like a cathedral, built from thought, sustained by hope. You realize that this place is not lost at all. It lives in every heart that still dares to dream. The sea hums, resonating with your heartbeat. For a moment, you are part of its rhythm. You whisper a silent wish, and a new light blooms beneath the waves. It joins the others, shining quietly in the deep. Morpheus places a hand on your shoulder. You see now. Nothing dreamed is ever wasted. His touch is steady, like the pulse of the ocean itself. You look one last time at the glowing city below, endless and serene. Its lights fade softly into distance as the boat drifts onward. Behind you, the city beneath the waves continues to glow. A living memory, forever dreaming in the quiet heart of the sea. The boat of moonlight sails farther into the dark, where the sea feels heavy with silence. The air thickens. The stars above blur like ink bleeding through silk. Morpheus lifts his head slightly. "Do you hear it?" he asks. At first, there is nothing, only stillness stretching beyond thought. Then it begins. A faint murmur, soft as breath, winding through the wind. Whispers, countless, endless, weaving through the dark like unseen hands. They rise and fall with the tide, carrying fragments of voices half-remembered. Morpheus closes his eyes. "The storm of whispers," he says. "It visits every dreamer." You strain to listen. The words are unclear, but the tone is unmistakable, pleading, familiar. They speak of regret, fear, lost moments, and quiet sorrow. Some voices sound like your own, from long ago. Others, like those you loved. Each whisper pulls at your heart, like a current drawing you deeper. Morpheus touches your arm. Do not answer them. They are echoes, not truths. The wind grows stronger, swirling around the boat. The sea glows faintly, silver threads twisting like veins of thought. The voices grow louder now, overlapping, a chorus of memory and longing. You feel one call your name, gentle and aching. It promises comfort, warmth, release from all weight. Your eyes blur. The sound feels real, too real. Morpheus's voice cuts through the storm. Hold your silence. The night sea tests the heart. You breathe deeply, steadying yourself. The whispers grow wild, desperate, spinning around you. Then, slowly, you close your eyes and listen. Not to the words, but to the rhythm beneath them. There is something softer, hidden, within the chaos. A pulse, steady and kind. You focus on it, and the storm begins to ease. The voices fade, dissolving into the quiet hum of the sea. When you open your eyes, the sky clears. The stars return, bright and endless once more. Morpheus stands beside you, calm as ever. You have listened well, he says. What was that? You whisper. The whispers of all who doubt, he replies. Even the sea remembers sorrow. He turns his gaze toward the horizon. But sorrow is not the end of dreaming. The waves calm completely, smooth as glass. A faint golden mist drifts across the surface. You feel lighter, as though something heavy within you has dissolved. Morpheus continues softly. Every storm ends when the dreamer learns to listen without fear. You nod, understanding more than you can speak. The storm is gone, but its echo lingers in your chest. Not as pain, but as peace. You realize that even the whispers carried truth, hidden beneath longing. The sea glows softly again, reflecting your calm. Morpheus smiles faintly. Now, the night sea knows your strength. The boat moves forward once more, guided by starlight. Behind you, the storm of whispers drifts into memory, leaving only silence and grace. The sea is calm again, vast and open beneath a quiet sky of silver clouds. The boat of moonlight glides without sound, leaving no wake behind. Far ahead, a single glow pierces the horizon, steady, golden, unwavering. Morpheus lifts his hand toward it. The Lighthouse of Lost Stars, he says softly. Its light cuts through the dark like a promise that refuses to fade. As you draw near, the sea brightens under its beam, revealing glimmers of starlight beneath the surface. The lighthouse rises from an island of pale stone, shaped as if carved by the dream itself. You step ashore. The air hums faintly, warm and alive, carrying a rhythm that feels like a heartbeat. Morpheus walks beside you, his steps silent upon the glowing sand. Every dreamer has a light, he says. Even when it flickers, it never truly dies. You approach the base of the lighthouse. Its walls shimmer faintly, filled with movement. Through the glass, you see thousands of tiny flames, each one a soul's guiding spark. They float weightlessly, glowing with colors no human eye has known. These are the lost stars, Morpheus whispers, dreams that once guided hearts through darkness. You gaze upward. The great lantern at the top burns brightest, gold and eternal. The sound of waves fades as you begin to climb the spiral within. Each step echoes like a heartbeat. The air grows warmer, softer, filled with quiet awe. Halfway up, you see lights hovering in alcoves along the wall, smaller flames, faint and trembling. One draws your eye. Its glow feels familiar, fragile, pulsing like your own breath. You reach for it instinctively, and the flame brightens in response. Morpheus watches silently, his face calm but knowing. This one is yours, he says. It has dimmed from neglect, but it endures. You cup the light in your hands. It flickers weakly, then steadies beneath your touch. A warmth spreads through your chest, gentle and alive. Memories return. the hopes you left behind, the dreams you doubted too long. Tears gather at the edge of your eyes, but they fall as light, not sorrow. Morpheus speaks again. To carry your light is to remember who you are. You breathe, slow and deep. The flame steadies, growing stronger with each beat of your heart. It rises from your hands, joining the air around you, swirling like gold dust. You watch as it lifts toward the great lantern above, merging with its endless radiance. The lighthouse hums with life. Its beam brightens, spreading warmth across the dark sea. Outside, the stars respond, flickering brighter in silent recognition. Morpheus smiles faintly. Every dream, rekindled, lights another. You stand together at the top of the lighthouse, gazing out across the vast night sea. Its surface shimmers with thousands of lights, each one a heart awakened. The beam sweeps across the horizon, revealing a path of golden reflection upon the water. You feel peace, not from stillness, but from remembering. Morpheus turns to you. Even dim light is still light, he says. It is enough to find your way. The wind carries his words into the sea, and the night glows brighter for hearing them. The light from the lighthouse fades behind you as the boat of moonlight drifts onward. The air grows softer now, filled with warmth instead of shadow. Ahead lies a new glow, gentle, radiant, not from stars, but from life itself. Morpheus's voice breaks the silence. The Garden of Eternal Dawn, he says. The sea parts gently, revealing an island blooming beneath twilight. Its shore is woven from pale petals that shimmer under the meeting of night and dawn. As you step onto it, the sand feels warm, alive with quiet energy. Flowers of every hue unfold around you, each one pulsing with soft inner light. Some bloom in silver, others in gold, their colors shifting with every breath. Morpheus walks slowly among them, his hand brushing the petals as if in reverence. This is where dreams rest, he says, where they heal before returning to the world. You kneel beside a pool of glass-clear water. The surface mirrors both sky and sea. In it, you see faces, not haunting, but serene, the dreamers who came before. They smile faintly, their reflections rippling like morning wind. You dip your hand into the pool. The water hums with quiet warmth. Each ripple becomes a sound, laughter, song, the rhythm of remembered peace. Morpheus sits beside you, his presence calm and endless. Every dream ends here, he says. But endings are only pauses in eternity. You watch as petals fall from the air, landing upon the water without sinking. Each one glows brighter, then fades into soft light, returning to the sea. This place exists between night and dawn, Morpheus continues, a bridge of becoming. You walk farther into the garden, where trees rise like pillars of light. Their leaves shimmer as though woven from fragments of hope. Beneath them, tiny seeds glow in the soil, waiting for the next dream to awaken. You realize each seed carries the essence of someone's longing, ready to bloom again. Morpheus turns to you. Dreams do not die, he says. They change form, waiting to be remembered. A gentle wind passes through the garden, scattering light like pollen across the air. It settles on your skin, leaving traces of warmth and serenity. You feel part of everything: the sea, the stars, the garden's heartbeat. Time dissolves. There is only presence and the soft hum of the world at rest. Morpheus kneels, pressing his hand to the earth. The dream must always return to the dreamer, he murmurs. So must you. You look toward the horizon. There, dawn waits, gold rising from the edge of the world. The petals around you sway toward it, as if reaching for rebirth. You breathe deeply, and the garden breathes with you. Morpheus smiles, quiet and knowing. This is the heart of dreaming, he says. The place where you remember that you were never lost. The wind carries the scent of light and peace across the island. And as you stand at the threshold of morning, the Garden of Eternal Dawn glows brighter still. The horizon glows brighter, painted with shades of rose and silver. The garden fades slowly behind you as dawn begins to rise. Morpheus stands beside you on the boat of moonlight once more. The air feels different now, lighter, clearer, filled with renewal. The voyage nears its end, he says softly. But not the dreaming. The sea mirrors the awakening sky, waves tinted with threads of gold. You can feel the pull of morning, gentle but firm, calling you homeward. The dream that once held you is releasing its embrace with grace. As the boat drifts forward, the constellations above begin to dissolve. Each star folds into the light of dawn, merging with the breath of day. Morpheus watches the sky with eyes that hold centuries of silence. When light returns, he murmurs, we forget that it was born from shadow. You nod, understanding that even the brightest dawn needs the night to exist. The sea ahead ripples with a reflection that is no longer the moon, but the sun. The line between dream and waking blurs like watercolor meeting rain. Morpheus turns toward you, his expression kind and infinite. You have seen the depths, he says. Now, carry them gently within you. You ask him if you will remember this, the voyage, the stars, the garden. He smiles faintly. Memory is the shadow of truth. You will remember what you need. The sound of waves begins to fade, replaced by a heartbeat, your own. You look down and realize the boat of moonlight is dissolving beneath you. Its shape turns to mist, then to light, melting into the sea of dawn. Morpheus does not seem alarmed. He only watches you, serene and still. The dream was never meant to hold you, he says, only to guide you back. The water glows beneath your feet, and you feel no fear, only peace. You are floating now, weightless, wrapped in warmth that feels like remembering. The sea becomes sky, the sky becomes breath, and you are at the center of both. Morpheus's voice echoes faintly, distant yet near. Every dreamer must return, he whispers, but the dream remains within. You close your eyes. The light grows brighter, gentle but all-encompassing. It is not the harsh light of waking, but the tender glow of understanding. You sense the world beyond, voices, the faint hum of morning life. And yet, part of you remains in the deep, where the sea still hums softly. You realize that the voyage was not about escaping, but remembering the quiet truth beneath all fear, that light and dark are one. Morpheus fades into the radiance, his presence lingering like a final note. Do not fear the night, he says. It is where the dawn learns to be born. You open your hands, and the last of the moonlight slips through your fingers. What remains is warmth, and the pulse of your own steady heart. The horizon bursts into full dawn. Gold floods the world like a promise kept. And as you breathe in the first light, you whisper a silent thank you, to the dream, to the sea, to the God who guided you home. The light of dawn fully blooms, gentle and golden across the endless horizon. You stand between worlds, not quite waking, not quite dreaming. The sea has vanished, replaced by a vast field of morning mist. The air carries a melody faint and familiar, the song of return. Morpheus's voice echoes softly through the haze, though you cannot see him. The dream ends not in silence, he says, but in awakening. You walk forward, each step dissolving the mist beneath your feet. The world around you begins to take shape. Faint outlines of memory, pieces of life. A window, bathed in sunlight. The scent of rain on earth. The sound of your own breath. Each fragment glows softly, reweaving itself into the fabric of the real. You feel the weight of your body return, gentle, grounding, whole. But within that return, there remains a pulse from the dream's heart. It beats quietly, like an echo from the sea beneath your skin. Morpheus speaks again, his voice now closer, tender as twilight. Do not forget what you have seen, he whispers. It lives in every moment of rest. You lift your eyes and see him standing on the edge of the mist. His form is changing, dissolving into light and shadow in perfect balance. Dreams are not escape, he says. They are remembrance of what you truly are. The mist thins further, revealing a sky now wholly alive with color. Gold, Rose and pale blue shimmer like breath upon glass. You realize the journey was never through the sea, but through your own depths. Each wave, each star, each silence, a reflection of the self you left behind. And now, standing here, you feel that self returning, whole and unafraid. Morpheus lifts his hand as though blessing the space between you. The night will come again, he says. When it does, let it find you unbroken. His figure fades completely, leaving only the whisper of wind and light. You close your eyes, letting his words settle deep within. The first rays of sun touch your face, warm and forgiving. You breathe in, and the world breathes with you. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the sea again, not as water, but as memory. Its rhythm aligns with your heartbeat, calm and eternal. You understand now. The voyage was never about reaching a destination. It was about remembering that you are both the dreamer and the dream. The sky opens wider, and with it, your awareness expands. The horizon stretches into forever, yet it feels like home. You take one final look back at the mist, now only a shimmer in the air. It feels like saying farewell to something that will always remain within. Thank you, you whisper, though you're unsure to whom. Perhaps to the God who guided you, or to the dream itself for letting you go. The morning rises in full now, pure and alive. You step into it, not as a wanderer, but as someone reborn. Behind you, the echo of the night sea hums softly, endless and kind, and as the light surrounds you completely, a final truth unfolds. Every night is a voyage, and every dawn, a gentle return home.